Range fans, I am back at it on the pistol bay. I'm trying to be a more modern Bond. I got my hat flipped backwards. No, I'm just kidding. The hat is flipped backwards because the sun's just not playing with me today. I'm down on a pistol bay that doesn't have much sunlight, so the camera's not reacting well to it. But I hope that you find the data in this video worth watching, because 32 ACP. If you saw in the previous video, we had some critical defense Hornady 60 grain ammunition. We put it across the chronograph and we shot it in some clear ballistics gelatin. The results were not the greatest in the clear ballistics gelatin. As a matter of fact, the chronograph results weren't great either. When you think about what was on the box, it was 1,000 feet per second that was on the box. It came in at about 890 feet per second, and it penetrated after I got home and measured it 7 inches. Nowhere near close to 10, 12, which is what I really expected. So I thought, maybe Bond wasn't as lethal as we all thought he is. And I'm a big fan. I love the series, folks. I'm a geek when it comes to Bond. So we're back out on the range with the Walther PPK 32 ACP, got the extended beaver tail. I gave you a little bit of a review in the first video, so go check that video out, but I got something different. Oh yeah, I got Fort Scott Munitions 71 grain. By the way, there was a lot of talk in the comments and I got a few emails around. Mr. Revolver Guy, 60 grains just isn't enough for anything. We don't know why Hornady makes them in 60 grain. Go get you some personal defense 71 grain ammunition. And then maybe you can rehearse for the next Bond series. So that's what I did. I went to what I believe might be one of the best. They have some patent technology that's called tumble upon impact. This ammunition, I got 5 rounds in the magazine. You know how speeds, feeds, and ballistics go. We got 5 in the old magazine, and this ammunition is supposed to tumble upon impact, but there is no speeds on the box. But on the website, it says, I think 150 feet per second on the website. Don't quote me on that. Go over and take a look at their website, and you'll see. Now, some say this ammunition is a little bit controversial. When I started looking for what might be the best 32 ACP, they ranked up near the top. Some say tumble upon impact, yeah, okay, whatever, if it doesn't get the penetration. But here's one of the benefits that I noticed. Oh my goodness, I could not believe the pricing. You hear me? Let me get closer. The pricing on this ammunition. For all the technology that they have put in this copper spun ammunition, it was much cheaper than the other stuff that I used in the first video. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see if it can cut the mustard and be part of the Bond collection. Let's get to it. 5 rounds, the first one chambered just fine. And I decided to get a little bit closer to the chronograph. Instead of 7 yards, I am now 3 yards away. Here we go. .854, so what they advertise, .829, all very accurate, .839, this is such a sweet shooter, .815, .830. Lock back after the last round. We got 5 rounds down across the chronograph. Let's take a look at the speeds before we get to the clear ballistics gelatin, and you can see deadly accurate. Let's see. All right, let's review the string. .815, .839, .829, .854, a high of .854, a low of 815, an average of 833, an extreme spread of 39, and a standard deviation of 14. Let's roll into some clear ballistics gelatin, folks. Oh, we keeping this one short today and straight to the point. I got the old clear ballistics gelatin set up. It does have 2 shots in it. If you remember the previous video where I want to be James Bond so bad, I know I'm pitiful. I wanted to test 32 ACP and clear ballistics gelatin against 38 special. I said in the previous video, I'd argue with anybody about 38 special, even 38 special plus P or 38 special being a man stopper or not. The data says it is. So I had 110 grain critical defense, 38 special on the top there, you see. And the 60 grain critical defense, 32 ACP on the bottom. And you can see the distances that it went. Will the Fort Scott munition do any better than the critical defense? I sure hope so. And my bet is that it will. So from the same distance as before, about 3 yards of the previous test, we're gonna put one right next to, we're gonna try to get it right next to the 32 ACP on the bottom to do a comparison. Here we go. Oh boy, don't screw this up, big fella. You ain't got many of those rounds. Oh, it is right next to it. I have no idea what it's done or how far it's gone, so let's go take a look. I think I have found the secret to James Bond. Look at that Fort Scott munition. There's the wound track, but that is about 12, maybe even 13 inches of penetration. And take a look. Can I get a zoom in? Man, the lighting's just not doing good for me today. Look at that projectile, folks. It is sitting backwards. It absolutely does tumble upon impact. I don't know if it has something to do with that flat tip on the 32 ACP. Oh, I don't think I feel so undergunned now at this point. What do you guys think? Put a comment down below. Fort Scott Munitions has done what it said it would do. Bond. James Bond. I'm going home, folks.